It's time for Lumberjack basketball on 1240 KOFE, your home for Lumberjack sports. Welcome to the countdown to tip-off. We want to thank our Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsors. If not for them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now live with your countdown to tip-off, here's Tim Parrish. Go Lumberjacks!
And welcome, Lumberjack fans, to today's broadcast of Lumberjack girls basketball and boys basketball, actually. We have a doubleheader coming your way, starting off with the varsity girls and then the varsity boys as they host the Orofino Maniacs. Right now, the JV boys team is playing. They have a comfortable 40-26 lead over the Orofino Maniacs. And in earlier action today, the JV girls beat the Maniacs as well. I did not write down the final score for that game, so I do not have that. But I do know that they did come away with the win here this afternoon. So we've got lots of basketball action coming your way here today on KOFE. Don't forget that we are also on online on the stream on our Facebook page. You can use the Use App button on our Facebook page to find an audio stream. And you can also now, this will be the third game, hopefully the internet stays connected today. We had bad weather the other day, but the third game of our video stream on YouTube, live on YouTube, Lumberjack Basketball. And you can search that by going to YouTube and searching KOFE 1240. And it should pop up right there and say live on the game. So you have all of that as well. This is Lumberjack basketball on KOFE, presented by Potlatch No. 1 Federal Credit Union, proud sponsors of the school spirit program. P1FCU says, go Lumberjacks, together we are better. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have our countdown, or our senior spotlight. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Carissa's Clubhouse in St. Mary's is a proud Lumberjack supporter. If you're looking for a fun, friendly daycare and preschool for your little one, call Carissa's Clubhouse at 208-582-1431. Children from 6 weeks old and up are welcome to come and play at Carissa's Clubhouse in St. Mary's. Carissa's Clubhouse offers full-time, part-time, and even drop-ins. So if you need a fun, safe, and friendly daycare or preschool for your little one, call Carissa's Clubhouse at 208-582-1431. That's 582-1431. Carissa's Clubhouse in St. Mary's.
At Les Schwab Tires, we're drivers just like you. We merge, we get stuck in traffic, we go on road trips, and we know what it means to truly rely on your car, which is why we do everything we can to make things right with you and your vehicle. From checking your brakes for free to patching up a flat when you need it. So if that sounds good to you, well, we're right there with you. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? Call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing proudly sponsors this Lumberjack Sports broadcast.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
And we are back here on KOFE as your St. Mary's Lumberjack varsity girls are going to be taking on the Orofino Maniacs in a 2A Central Idaho League matchup here in just a little while. Currently, JV boys playing, and they have a 40-26 lead over the Orofino Maniacs JV team. Right now, we're going to take it to our senior spotlight. We have Nancy Bechtel. And we have our senior spotlight for today, and it is Nancy Bechtel, St. Mary's Lumberjack senior. And we got a few questions for her. Which sports do you play? Which is your favorite and why?
I play basketball. My favorite sport is basketball. I'm like kind of good at it because of my height. I enjoy playing it because I have a good connection with my teammates.
All right. What do you like about playing basketball? What don't you like, and what have you learned?
I like playing basketball because I have the connection with the girls. I don't like one reason I don't like playing basketball sometimes is late night practices. And then I've learned to be a better person. It helps like being a better person, becoming a better person.
All right. What are your goals in your last year in high school, both on and off the court?
To finish out my last basketball season out good and to graduate with honors.
Those are good goals to have. We are talking with Nancy Bechtel on our senior spotlight. We'll take a 2-minute break and we'll come back with more.
Tired of the same old thing for dinner? Want something different without having to clean up afterwards? Stop by Cabin City Q Smokehouse in St. Mary's for some of the best barbecue around. Cabin City Q has the biggest, tastiest hamburgers around, as well as smoked chicken, brisket, ribs, and prime rib on Fridays. Cabin City Q also has a terrific salad bar. Cabin City Q also serves breakfast. That's Cabin City Q, located at 2242 West Idaho Avenue in St. Mary's. Give them a call at 208-245-0785 or stop by today. That's Cabin City Q Smokehouse in St. Mary's. Tired of the same old thing for dinner? Want something different without having to clean up?
Your good neighbor, Jack's Pharmacy, wants you to know that if you have need for durable medical supplies, Jack's has them in stock. Walkers, wheelchairs, lift chairs, hospital beds, and more. All items are for sale, and everything but the lift chair can be rented. So you see, Jack's Pharmacy is your full-service good neighbor pharmacy. From gifts to prescriptions to durable medical supplies, Jack's Pharmacy is your good neighbor pharmacy. So stop by and see Chad or any of the fine folks at Jack's Pharmacy and let them help you. Jack's Pharmacy in St. Mary's.
Jack Buell Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Buell Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips, they're an entire community. Jack Buell Trucking. Wanted, the St. Mary's Booster Club is wanting new members to continue to help support our sports programs. Do you know that the Booster Club spends approximately $20,000 a year investing in our high school athletes, coaches, and sports facilities? All monies are raised through memberships, barbecues, and the Hall of Fame banquet and auction. All monies raised this year will be used in the 2017-2018 school year booster budget. To become a member or for more information, call Lynn Masterson at 568-1802. That's 568-1802, and go Lumberjacks.
Mountain Blading is a premier.
And we have the senior spotlight. We're talking with and we have our senior spotlight for today.
Night practices.
We are talking with Nancy Bechtel on our senior spotlight. We'll take a 2-minute break and we'll come back with more. Spotlight, we're talking with Nancy Bechtel for this. She's a Lumberjack senior. What are your plans after high school?
My plans after high school is to go to probably LCSC to get a degree in education.
Cool. What would you say is your most memorable moment?
I don't know. Probably tripping on the basketball court, making my teammates laugh.
Those are good ones. Do you have anybody that you'd like to thank?
No, I don't know.
Parents, your brother?
I think my brothers, my parents. Yeah, my fans.
That was the easiest question. Well, this has been the Senior Spotlight with Nancy Bechtel. We want to thank you for your time and good luck in the future.
Thank you.
And we'll take another 2-minute break and come back with more.
Hard Chrome Plating Facility, and it is located right here in St. Mary's. Mountain Plating was established in 1997 as one of the first hard chrome plating facilities in Idaho, and it services a wide variety of industries nationwide. These industries include manufacturing, food processing, agriculture, mining, environmental, and the timber industries. Mountain Plating is committed to providing the highest quality chrome plating and customer service in the industry, and is locally owned and operated by Donnie Masterson. Give him a call today at 208-245-7104. Go Lumberjacks!
Looking for a new-to-you rig? You're in luck because Dell's Used Cars has your next truck. Dell's has the best variety of pre-owned trucks in one location anywhere south of the internet. Any make, any model, and new inventory arriving daily. Dell's also will take your trade-in, paid for or not. Financing available through Potlatch, Spokane Teachers, Numerica, and a handful of other lenders offering the most competitive interest rates available in the market today. Dell staff is laid back and knowledgeable and ready to answer any of your questions. Come into Dell's Used Cars located at 1818 North 4th Street in Coeur d'Alene or visit their website at dellscars.com. Dell's Used Cars, doing things different since 1974.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's. Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oakes of Premier Financial Services to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and insurance products from Premier Financial Services are offered through Linsco Private Ledger Financial and its affiliates, and they are a member of FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oakes a call at Premier Financial Services today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
The new year.
And we are back here at Lumberjack Gymnasium. JV boys just wrapped up with the JV boys coming away with the win over the Orfino Maniacs. And a great final buzzer shot by Carson Wicks at the end of that game. Carson Wicks was able to put it in for 2 points at the buzzer. Just now got joined by Mr. Clark Grogan, who is helping me out today. He brought some pizza up, but he only brought up enough for him.
You know, I'm just a selfish kind of person, Tim. That's how it works from time to time. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Both so far, JV teams have both won today, so it's off to a good start for the Lumberjacks.
Hopefully we can go 4 for 4 today.
So next coming up, we have girls varsity, and they have already played the Maniacs once this season. We'll take a look at all these different numbers and things that we've got, but right now a league snapshot for the Lumberjacks. The girls currently sitting at 7-4 for St. Mary's with a 2-0 league record. They have moved up to 11th in the power rankings on idahosports.com. Their last game was a 56-26 victory over the Wallace Miners just this last week. The Grangeville girls, they are sitting at a 6-6 record on the season. They are 0-1 in league play. They are 13th in the power rankings. Their last game was a 52-32 win over Kamei. And the Orfino girls have a 5-9 record, 0-1 in the league. They are currently sitting 12th in the power rankings. And they are, I kind of have that same feeling. They have a worse record than Grangeville, but are above Grangeville in the power rankings. their last game was a 59-29 loss to Nez Perce. So the Orofino girls looks like they're having a little bit of a struggling season this year. But they've still managed to stay fairly high in the power rankings despite that.
It's kind of like having a reputation, I guess. I don't know.
Well, some of it might be, they might gauge some of it off of strength of schedule, so I don't know what their opponents have been like that they've played, so I can't say much to that point for the most part anyways. So far, the girls this season playing really well as a team. Their foul numbers have come down over the last few games, so they're doing better in the foul range, but they're still a bit high on their turnovers. Casey Haig is still playing excellent as she has stepped in for Lena Davenport. She's averaging 11 points per game with 7 rebounds as well. And the Lumberjacks are rebounding well. They're shooting pretty good as well, but their free throw percentage could be a little bit higher. I'm used to the last couple of years being above 60% for the girls, and they're just a bit below that at this point in time in the season. So that is a look at the league and a little bit of the season up to now. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back with more.
Here is here, and that means new goals and broken resolutions. It also means red-hot buys at Hughes Ace Hardware in St. Mary's. Time to replace some light bulbs? Buy one, get one free Ace LED bulb 4-packs or floodlight 2-packs. Ace brand wild bird food is on sale as well. Buy one 20-pound bag and get a bag of premium songbird bird food for free. It's also time to take down and store those holiday decorations. And Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to go for all of your storage needs, from totes to shelves. It's all at Hughes Ace Hardware in St. Mary's.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings, but it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the Hot Deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Bennewash, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and Lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
During these cold days of winter,
and we are back live from Lumberjack Gymnasium with 11 minutes till tip-off as the Lumberjack varsity girls get set to take on the Varsity Maniacs of Orofino in the 2A Central Idaho League matchup. And Lumberjack basketball presented in the countdown to tip-off, brought to you by Potlatch Federal Credit Union. P1FCU is calling all 2018 high school graduates. P1FCU scholarship applications are now available at www.p1fcu.org/scholarship. Check out the eligibility requirements and start gathering your materials. P1FCU, happy to invest in our youth. Now, taking a look at the Lumberjacks, a little bit of offensive numbers here for you. The Lumberjacks are averaging around 53 points per game for the girls. They are shooting 38% from the floor, 30% from three-point range, and 57% from the free throw line. Those first two numbers, the 30% from three-point range is a pretty good number. And 38% from the floor is not a bad number either in itself. You might want it up a little bit higher, but
I'd like it to be in the 40s, but we'll work on it.
But still a pretty good percentage. They're averaging around 10 assists per game to go along with 12 offensive rebounds, but they are turning the ball over right around 17 times per game. So that's probably the biggest number that Coach Signs would like to see a little bit lower, is ball control. Kaylee Auer, she has been averaging 10 points per game with 8 rebounds. Casey Haig is actually out shooting Kaylee right now lately. Anyway, she's been averaging 11 points per game with 7 rebounds and 4 steals per game. Haig had 15 points against Wallace to go along with 10 rebounds and 5 steals. Kaylee Auer, I should say, had 18 points to go along with 7 rebounds. Madison Cordell had 10 points with 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Defensively for the Lumberjacks, they're averaging 10 steals per game, and they have their fouls down to around 15 per game, so that's maybe still a little high, but that's not really too bad.
That's not anything to be too concerned about.
That's just right around what I think I figured
You're getting a bonus
out.
for both halves for just a little bit,
Yeah.
you know, so you're not doing too badly.
They're also averaging 22 defensive rebounds per game, and they're blocking about 5 shots per game as well. Leading in rebounds, you have Kelsey Auer. She's averaging 8. Devin Wilson averaging 6. And Casey Haig averaging 7 rebounds per game. So, I mean, those pretty much are self-explanatory for the most part. I don't know if you'd, obviously you'd love to see even higher defensive rebounds, but 22 is a pretty good number.
You can't make them miss more than they can, you know.
Exactly. So that is a look at the Lumberjacks. We'll take a 1-minute break and come back and look at the Orofino Maniacs.
Napa Auto Parts has all your vehicle needs. Diesel and gas additives, aerosol windshield de-icer, Thermoaid gas line antifreeze. All are Napa's Mac brand products. Antifreeze, CRC airline antifreeze, snowmobile oils and belts, and of course Napa brand batteries for autos to snowmobiles. So stop by Napa Auto Parts today for all your cold weather additive needs. And while you're there, get your windshield wipers changed by their knowledgeable staff. Napa Auto Parts. They're not just a parts store, they're your friends. Napa Auto Parts, St. Mary's.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Are your friends and family tired of sleeping with Fido when they visit? Maybe Fido's tired of sleeping with them. Either way, the Pines Motel is there to save the day. With large, spacious rooms, comfortable beds, and even a mini fridge, Fido may get jealous. Save the floor for Fido and call Kevin of the Pines Motel at 245-2545. That's the Pines Motel in St. Mary's. I'm sure your friends and family would appreciate it, and so would Fido. Cold weather's here, and 10th Street Lumber will help keep you warm. From super premium pellets to energy logs and fireplaces, 10th Street Lumber is your heating headquarters. North Idaho energy logs and stove pellets are the best of the best. 100% natural with no chemicals, and they burn cleaner, hotter, and longer. If you need a new stove, 10th Street Lumber is a proud Kuma stove supplier. Kuma wood stoves are made right here in Idaho and are some of the best on the market. 10th Street Lumber in St. Mary's. Stop by today. 10th Street Lumber located at 10th and Railroad Avenue in St. Mary's. Outdoor enthusiasts, turn.
And we are back. Tim Parrish with Clark Grogan here at Lumberjack Gymnasium as the Lumberjack girls get set to tip off this doubleheader for, at least on KOFE today, a doubleheader. It's been a quad match as the varsity and JV teams are all playing here today. But we've got the girls starting our doubleheader, and then the boys will come up a little bit later. Some information on the Orofino Maniacs. They are, of course, in the 2A Central Idaho League. They are part of District 2. St. Mary's is actually technically District 1, but there's no other District 1 teams up here, so they combine it with the District 2, and we have District 1-2 is what it essentially is, which works out okay if you don't mind traveling up to Orofino and Grangeville on occasion.
Well, if it weren't there, you'd be going, what, up to Rathdrum and Sandpoint? And
well, we still do that,
River.
too.
So there you go.
We already mentioned the Maniacs sitting with a 5-9 record, 0-1 in league, 12th in the power rankings. They are only scoring right around 31 points per game. For the girls, they are allowing 43 points per game to their opponents. This is their head coach's first season as the coach for the Maniac girls, Garrett Bretz. The Maniacs last year were 10-12. I said that they have already played St. Mary's once on the season. The Lumberjack girls beat them 55-27 on December the 9th. Some of the players they lost, well, actually they only lost one player last year. That was Myra Rodriguez. She graduated. They are returning a couple of players, though, that are supposed to be the ones to watch. Mackenzie Anderson, she's a senior guard. Haley Bretz is a junior guard. And Nicole Sperano, she is a junior guard as well. The Maniacs are fairly young on this girls' team. One of the youngest teams, or they are the youngest team in the 2A conference. And the coach is excited to see their youth tested at the varsity level. So I actually didn't even look. I've got their roster hanging around here somewhere to see what the age is of, I'm not sure what I did with it, but be kind of curious since they say they're the youngest
Probably
out of all of them.
Seniors.
So they've got, well, the varsity shows it shows one senior on the varsity squad. The rest of them are juniors, and they have one sophomore and one freshman. So yeah, they're a fairly young squad here today.
Most of them probably were on the JV squad last year.
Yeah. They were picked to finish third by the coaches poll in the 2A in the Central Idaho League District 1-2. Grangeville second. St. Mary's is actually the favorite this year. And the coach right now is just going to be happy to see them improving all the way through. And at that, like I said, being that young of a group of kids, that's all you can ask for is just seeing them improve.
And so this can be a measuring game for them today just to see if they are a little more competitive today.
See where they've come from, and that's what the Lumberjack girls and even the Lumberjack boys game, which we'll talk about later. Orofino boys have only won one game on the season so far. But, you don't want your team to come in here thinking, as St. Mary's, thinking, well, we beat them the snot out of them the first time. We're just going to come in and do the same thing here. Because you don't want to overlook any team regardless of how you
they're
play
a rival,
in
a sense. They're a league team. You can throw records out sometimes, as you know that cliche.
Yeah, you just can't count on some of that stuff to stand true every game just because they were down a little bit the first time you played them. We are 2 minutes away. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute break and come back with the national anthem and the starting lineups.
Your dreams of adventure into reality with a Yamaha Wolverine 2-seat or new Wolverine X4 4-seat side-by-side at St. Mary's Saw and Cycle. Both are proven off-road capable, comfortable, and confidence-inspiring. With compact yet roomy designs and exclusive Ultramatic transmissions and on-command 4-wheel drive systems. Visit St. Mary's Saw and Cycle. Yamaha Wolverine's proven off-road to help you realize your adventure. Always protect the environment and wear your seatbelt, helmet, eye protection, and protective clothing. Read the owner's manual and product warning labels before operation. Outdoor enthusiasts, turn your dreams of adventure into reality with a Yamaha Wolverine 2-seat or new Wolverine X4 4-seat side-by-side at St. Mary's Saw and Cycle. Both are proven off-road capable, comfortable, and confidence-inspiring. With compact yet roomy designs and exclusive Ultramatic transmissions and on-command 4-wheel drive systems. Visit St. Mary's Saw and Cycle. Yamaha Wolverine's proven off-road to help you realize your adventure. Always protect the environment and wear your seatbelt, helmet, eye protection, and protective clothing. Read the owner's manual and product warning labels before operation. Why should you stop at 10th Street Superstop? Well, because Kenny's a nice guy. Actually, no. Never mind. Yes, Kenny is nice, but that's not the reason. You should stop at 10th Street Superstop for all your livestock feeds and pet feed needs. 10th Street Superstop carries all the top brands. Did I mention Kenny's a nice guy? Oh, and they also have a large assortment of snacks and beverages just for you. 10th Street Superstop for all your farm, garden, and hunger needs. And by the way, Kenny's really a nice guy. 10th Street Superstop in St. Mary's. Just because those are... Have you scheduled...
Now we will get our starting lineups taken care of, and we will get the Orofino Maniac starters first. It will be number 1, Haley Bretz as starting. Number 2, Nicole Sperano. Haley Bretz, a junior, Sperano, a junior. Number 3, Mackenzie Anderson, the lone senior on the roster. Number 11, Clara Peterson, she's a junior. And number 20, junior Cooper Thomas. They are coached by Garrett Bretz, the Maniacs are. Now the starting lineup for the Lumberjacks. I don't want to make the mistake I made the other night. I thought I had the starters correct, and I did not for the boys, so I want to make sure I have them all right tonight. We have starting for the Lumberjacks, 5'5" senior guard, McKenna Borgman. We also have number 5, I do believe she is down there, 5'9" junior post, Casey Haig. Number 10, a 5'10" junior point guard, Madison Cordell. And then we have number 20, 5'9" senior post, Devin Wilson. And rounding out the lineup for the Lumberjacks is 6'2" senior post, Kaylee Auer. Your starting lineup looks like this, scoring-wise. McKenna Borgman averaging around 2 points a game. Casey Haig, 11. Madison Cordell, 9. Devin Wilson averaging 8. And Kaylee Auer averaging 10 points per game for the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks, of course, are coached by Jay Sines. Kaylee Auer will be jumping against number 11, Clara Peterson. And the official is stepping into the center court circle. The ball is up. Lumberjacks control the opening tip. Casey Haig to Borgman. Borgman back the top to Wilson. Now around to Cordell, and she backs back out, and they set up their offense. Wilson now cross-court pass down inside, and the ball's going to get tipped up, and the Maniacs come away with it. It's going to be a turnover, St. Mary's. Maniacs bringing it back the other way. It's in the hands of Sperano. She kicks it to the wing on the right side. She's now double teamed. Lumberjacks trying to trap her. She reverses court, and a third Lumberjack comes up to guard her. That's Casey Haig, and Casey Haig is going to get called for a defensive foul and a block.
Just stepped in a little too late. That's why the call got made.
So the Maniacs have the ball on side court. Lumberjacks 1 turnover and 1 foul already. Not even a minute gone in the game. Maniacs have it down here in the corner, and a travel call. That is, I believe that was Nicole Sperano with the travel. And I had that wrong earlier. Number 1 was Bretts that was controlling the ball for a little bit for the Maniacs. Maniacs showing some press. Lumberjacks get down the floor quickly and break it. It's a shot up by Kaylee Hour. It won't go. Devin Wilson had the rebound and the putback. It didn't go on the first attempt, and it didn't go on the second attempt either, but she did get fouled. She'll step to the free throw line. Devin Wilson shooting just 59% from the charity stripe. 1 foul apiece now. That first free throw is up and in. So the first points of the game come from the charity stripe. Devin Wilson puts in the first one. Devin lines up her second shot. It's on the way. That one's in as well. Maniacs inbound, bring it down the floor. Lumberjacks, no pressure this time. It's down into Bretts at the top, now around the horn to Thomas. Now cross court to the opposite side. That's Sperano. Now into the short corner, and double teamed, trying to drive the baseline is Mackenzie Anderson. Devin Wilson comes in and deflects the ball out of bounds. So the Maniacs will inbound. They try to inbound it into the corner. Casey Haig steps in front of it and takes it away. Lumberjacks on the way the other way. A nice feed down into McKenna Boardman, who drives down the left side of the key and puts the shot up and in. 4-0 Lumberjacks on top right now. 6:40 in the first period. Bounce past the top of the key for the Maniacs. Ball is loose again. It's being kicked around, and the ball is tied up. And that's going to be
Orfino's ball.
Madison Cordell tying the ball up. The possession stays with Orfino. Checking out is Mackenzie Anderson for the Maniacs. Not sure who checked in her place. Looks like it's number 33, Kaylin Johnson. Maniacs at the free throw line with the ball. They kick it out as they were guarded pretty well. Couldn't get anywhere to go with it. Now back into the free throw line to Peterson. Peterson spins. Shot is up, no good. Rebound to Devin Wilson. Lumberjacks, bad pass down the floor, I think, and it's going to go out of bounds. I guess Devin Wilson was the last one to have the ball. I'll give it to her as a turnover. As she was trying to feed it down, it looked like to Haig, and just the pass got away from him. So the Maniacs bring it back down, still trailing 4-0, 6:06 to go in the first. Sperano to the near side to Thomas, now back into the wing, back out to Thomas. Now to the top, pass inside, well short on the shot. That was Peterson, and they're going to get Kaylee Hour for an over-the-back foul. That'll be her first foul, team's second foul. Maniacs will inbound from underneath. In comes Bridget Hill for the Maniacs. Out goes Cooper Thomas. 5:52 to go in the first. St. Mary's up 4-0. Inbound pass up to the top. It's going to go into the backcourt. And she touched it before she went across the timeline, so it at that point turns into an over and back call, or a backcourt violation. So the Lumberjacks will get the possession after the turnover by the Maniacs. Madison Cordell, top of the key. She works her way down to the left side, then kicks it back to Devin Wilson. Wilson for three, and it's up and good. Madison Cordell with an assist. Devin Wilson makes her first three of the afternoon. Now the Maniacs have it down at the elbow, kick it out to the wing. They take a three. It's in and out. And it's Kaylee Hour with the rebound. I believe that was Nicole Sperano with the three that didn't go for the Maniacs.
It was Brett's.
Was it Brett's? 7-0 is the score with St. Mary's bringing it in. Madison Cordell has it after the foul. It was a foul against the Maniacs. That was Brett's with her second. Lumberjacks have it down on the blocks. A shot put up by Kaylee Hour. It's no good. And the Maniacs come away with a rebound. They bring it back down the floor. Down to Brett's. Brett's tries to feed it in, and it's going to be picked off by Casey Haig. She has been all over teams this year in getting steals. They feed it into Casey Haig, back it out to Hour, and Hour puts it up and in with the assist from the short corner. Now we're going to timeout taken by the Maniacs as they trail 9-0 in the first, 4:54 to go. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Winter is here and it's time to get your animals ready for the winter weather. Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's has what you need to keep all your critters comfortable in the cold temperatures. From trough heaters, straw, to insulated horse blankets, your animals large and small need extra attention just like you. So don't forget, while you're stacking your winter firewood, your furry family members need winterizing also. Also, don't forget the wild critters. Triple X Feed has wild bird food, deer feed, and game blocks. See Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's today, because winter ain't gonna wait.
And we are back with a 9-0 lead for the Lumberjacks. And we are about halfway through the first period. 2 fouls apiece for both teams. And 4:54 to go in the first. Timeout was taken by the Maniacs. It was just a 30-second, wasn't it?
Appears that way.
So the Maniacs will inbound from in front of their own bench down on the far side of the floor. And they inbound it to, well, they have it at the top of the key. They're playing catch up there. That is Cooper Thomas with Sperano. Now they finally involve a third Maniac. That's Anderson. Anderson takes it near the circle, and she bounced past it to Sperano. Lumberjacks look like they're in a zone defense.
It's more of a man. It's more of a man right now.
They finally get it down into the elbow, but a loop ball gets loose. And
they can't break that man right now.
McKenna Borgman comes away with it. Unforced turnover. Well, it was somewhat forced, but it was a bad pass. It wasn't really a steal. Coming out of the game is Borgman. Checking in for Borgman is Paige Signs for the Lumberjacks. They're going to inbound it to Wilson. Wilson wide open. 3-ball on the way, just a little bit long off the iron. No good. Rebound to the Maniacs. Just a little too much mustard on that shot as Sperano brings it down for the Maniacs. Kicks it down to the wing, or into the elbow to Kaylin Johnson. Now they've got it down into the short corner. Back out to the wing. Shot on the way. It's going to be short, and it's going to be out of bounds. And that shot, I believe, was by Cooper Thomas.
Yes.
3:57 to go. Still no points on the board for the Maniacs. Like I said, they haven't been able to get any penetration get any halfway
All
easy
their
shots.
have been outside, and they've been contested. Every one of them.
Lumberjacks, nice little razzle-dazzle move. A handoff from Kaylee Hour to Paige Signs, and Paige Signs dribbles just out and takes a shot just from inside the wing. It's up and good. 11-0.
It's the closest shot they've had inside, and they still weren't ready for it.
Yep, still couldn't get that one to go. Rebound to Kaylee Hour. Back the other way, I believe that was Kaylin Johnson with that shot for the Maniacs. Maniacs tip the ball out of bounds on the other side. Lauren Hill comes in for St. Mary's. And going out is Casey Haig as she gets a breather. And now they get the ball into.
She should never brought her ball down by waist.
Yeah.
Hour shouldn't have. But it's St. Mary's ball on possession.
Kaylee brought it down a little bit too low, and they tied it up, but St. Mary's keeps the ball, thankfully. They have it out to Lauren Hill, top of the key, back to Wilson. Now they feed it over the top to
nice
Hour.
feed.
Nice feed. And the shot is up and good. I'm going to go ahead.
The height is just doing too much right now to Orfino on the offensive end.
Going to go ahead and give Devin Wilson an assist on that one.
Very much so.
Bechtel going to check in for the Lumberjacks as the Maniacs drive from the near side and a foul called. I think it's going to go against Devin. Nope, it's going to call Kaylee Hour. That's her second. First trip to the free throw line for the Maniacs. And Thomas knocks down the first one. So the first points for the Maniacs come with 3:03 to go in the first, and it's a free throw shot. 13-1 is the score. That's a high arc, short on the shot. The ball gets through a whole bunch of Lumberjacks, and a rebound finally tracked down by Orfino. They reset. It is in the hands of Sperano. She kicks it down inside to
foul.
Peterson, and a whistle and a foul against the Jacks.
It's going to be Bechtel.
They still
you can't fault the fouls, Tim. They're being aggressive and trying to go after the ball, and there's nothing wrong with that.
That was against Nancy. Maniacs inbound from underneath, looking for an inbound person to get it to.
By Signs.
Paige Signs jumps that pass. Turnover number 6 on the Maniacs.
No one down. Oh, she walked.
And that was a nice look, and they fed the ball.
She got too excited.
Fed the ball down to Lauren Hill on the right side, or left side, and she just took a little extra stutter step there and gets called for the travel.
And then shoot.
2:40 to go in the first. 13-1. Maniacs working back down, and Devin Wilson
tip and
gets a steal.
Still picked it up.
And the Lumberjacks taking it back down the floor. Cordell has it, top of the key. She's going to back out towards the midcourt circle. Now she drives to the left side and kicks it back out to Signs on the right. Signs on the wing. She gets a little bit of a screen, runs in, passes it out to Cordell. Cordell with the shot, no good. Lauren Hill tracks down the rebound. St. Mary's will reset.
It's that height. It's all height that's doing this to him. Oh, nice three.
Devin Wilson kicks it out, or no, not Devin Wilson. Paige Signs kicks it out to Wilson. Devin Wilson drops the three ball.
I thought Signs was the one who shot that.
Oh, no, that was Signs. It was Devin with the assist.
I may be old, but I'm not losing it completely yet, Tim.
Back the other way. The Maniacs almost have the ball. No, they...
Every time they want to go in the key, they lose the ball.
Yep. They turn it over. Bechtel comes away with a steal. Bechtel takes it up and puts it up and good. 18-1 the score with 1:33 to go in the first period. St. Mary's up big already. Maniacs try to drive into the paint, and they're going to, they lost the ball out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
Turnover number 9 in the first period for the Maniacs.
Haig just came back in. I don't know when out for her.
Devin Wilson taking a breather. So it's going to be Cordell controlling it down the floor for St. Mary's. Takes it up to the top. Now to the wing to Hill. Hill cuts, hands it off to Signs. Signs back to Haig. I got 3 Lumberjacks around the perimeter. Now they bounce pass into Haig.
Nice
Haig, one dribble, shot up and good.
All night. They want to go inside the key. They're going to have Orfino's going to have Fitz defending it. And when Orfino wants to come in on the defense, they're going to have the same trouble.
That was Haig's first basket of the game. Lumberjacks back on defense, not giving anywhere to work inside for the Maniacs.
That was the best open look they had.
Shot is up and no good, and it was Bechtel with the rebound. Back the other way, it's Cordell with a shot. First one is no good. She's able to go up high and get the rebound and put it back up and in. 31 seconds to go. 22-1 the lead here for St. Mary's. Maniacs trying to work inside again. Lumberjack pressure is just keeping them from being able to do anything.
That's a foul.
Casey Haig reaches across and gets called for her second foul. That'll send the Maniacs to the free throw line. That is Sperano going to the stripe. 20 seconds to go in the first period. Shot is on the way, and it is off the edge of the rim. It kissed the front, bounced over, and then off the side. Almost thought it was going to just roll over and fall through, but didn't do it for her. Next shot on the way. That one looks good. It's going to go through. So the only 2 points for the Maniacs so far in the game coming from the free throw line. Nice ball movement the other way. They find Bechtel inside.
Oh, my word.
Lauren Hill with an assist. There is a whistle, but I'm not sure what
the referee
for.
Timeout for a second here.
To give the assist to Hill and the deuce to Bechtel. She has 4 points in the game. Bretz comes out for the Maniacs. Mackenzie Anderson checks in. 24-2 with 15 seconds in the first period. St. Mary's has 5 fouls in the first period. Not really where you want to see them foul-wise. that quickly. 2 for the Maniacs. Maniacs working on offense. Taking it down into the corner, now feeding it into the post. And a shot at the buzzer, but it's too late and no good. It won't count as it went in. 24-2 after 1. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Looking for that perfect shot of your athlete in action? Always too busy cheering them on to take your own? Check out Michelle Davenport of MD Photography. MD Photography specializes in catching that perfect action shot. Whether it's high school, middle school, or somewhere in between, MD Photography is the photographer of choice. Composites, action shots, and special one-of-a-kind projects, MD Photography does it. Check out MD Photography on Facebook or give her a call at 582-1586. That's MD Photography, 582-1586. MD Photography, catching your athletes in action. Winter is in full force, and Timber Country and the Country Fair invite you in out of the cold to check out their winter sale deals. Need some new winter boots or gloves? How does 20% off sound? Maybe a new jacket. 40 or 50% off sounds great. Those deals and more at Timber Country and Country Fair on Main Street in St. Mary's. There's more than clothes as well. Sports apparel, hunting gear, toys, sleds, and more at Timber Country and the Country Fair in St. Mary's. Stop by today.
And the Maniacs will start the second period with the possession. They get it down inside to Brett. She kicks it back out. 3 ball on the way. It's no good. Rebound to Bechtel. Lumberjacks taking it back down the floor. They feed it into Cordell. Cordell gets bounced around a bit. No whistle. Ball goes out of bounds off of the Maniacs.
Score is 24-2. Things get a little bit lighter.
They don't call it unless it's obvious. Obvious.
You gotta be on the floor. It wasn't that big of a bump.
Madison Cordell comes out for St. Mary's. Borgman tries to feed it into Bechtel. Bechtel's able to use her height to grab it, but the shot was no good. And the rebound to the Maniacs. They bring it down to the far wing, and then they kick it to the near wing, now back to the top in the hands of Sperano. Lumberjacks defense being pretty stingy outside and not letting anybody
get
in.
To do anything in that key, I'm telling you right now.
They had it into the key for a second, and then she was swarmed, couldn't find an outlet. Finally was able to dribble it out.
Again, three end up on him.
And now they call a foul on the floor.
I think we got to reach.
Yeah, they call that one against Borgman, I think. If it is, that is, and it's her first. If anything, you might see more fouls get called against the team that's up big. That was a turnover, I believe, as the Maniacs threw it away. 7:06 in the first half. 24-2 is the score as Signs brings it down for St. Mary's. Oh, Borgman tried to look away from the ball. She didn't catch it before she turned her head to find another outlet or see what she was going to do with it. That's her turnover on Borgman. Only the 4th turnover for the Lumberjacks. Bringing it down for Orfino is Sperano. She kicks it out to Anderson here on the near side. And now she's trying to find an outlet. Everybody's pretty well guarded, but she does finally get somebody to give it to. That's Cooper Thomas on top. Now they try to feed it inside. Nancy Bechtel pokes that away, and that's Bechtel's second steal of the game. Back the other way, Paige Signs pulls up for a quick jumper, no good. Rebound to the Maniacs. They bring it quickly down the floor. Sperano tries to feed it down inside. It's going to be deflected out of bounds by Bechtel.
I'm telling you, St. Mary's is not letting that ball come in the key without anybody coming to the ball also. That's really good defense.
There's a stat on this tablet that says deflection. I'm assuming that's for passes and stuff that get knocked out of bounds. Back the other way again. The inbound pass came in, and 2 Lumberjacks were all over
that one. This is just
Brett's. And then they're going to call, who'd they call that one on, do you think? Was it Haig?
I'm not sure. See here in a moment.
They haven't put it up there yet. We got a whole changing of the guard for the Lumberjacks on the floor. They still haven't put up who the foul was
Number
against.
12.
That's going to go against Lauren Hill. That puts the Maniacs in the bonus. And that one's no good on the 1-and-1. Offensive board, though, to the Maniacs. They only have 6 rebounds in the game.
See it? See, what's happening here now is they're softening up a little on the defense, and they're getting a little careless when the ball comes their way. They need to keep going with the aggressiveness, but
That'll be Devin Wilson's first foul. She sends Bretz to the free throw line. Bretz makes the first one. 60% from the stripe are the Maniacs. On the floor for St. Mary's is Kaylee Auer, Madison Cordell, Devin Wilson, Casey Haig, and McKenna Borgman. Next shot is up. It is good as well. 4 points for the Maniacs, all 4 from the free throw line. Lumberjacks quickly working down the floor, and that one just rolls off the rim for Casey Haig. It's no good. Rebound to Orfino. Orfino bringing it down. Sperano crosses the timeline. She's being guarded by Cordell. Swings it over here to the near side, and mishandling that one is Kaylin Johnson. It goes out of bounds. And St. Mary's will benefit from the turnover. We'll see if they benefit. I guess in order to benefit from it, you've actually got to get points off.
you
it.
got the ball. It's somewhat of a benefit.
Madison Cordell feeds it down inside to Haig, and then Kaylee Auer got the feed from Haig, and then her shot was way off. I think she got a little bit antsy with the shot. It was too open for her. Maniacs on the rebound. Now they feed it down inside. Can't even get that shot to fall, and they had a good look inside. The ball's tipped around. Finally, St. Mary's comes away with it. Cross court to Cordell. Cordell into Haig. Haig spins. Shot is up, no good, but she'll go to the free throw line.
That'll be Brett's third foul.
Wow. So all 3 of the team fouls so far have been against the one girl. Yep.
Apparently, yep.
That'll send Haig to the free throw line where she's shooting 47%. She makes the first one. So if the numbers are correct, in theory, she should miss the second one.
Well, don't be so defeatist, Tim.
Well, I hope she makes it. And she does.
She proved you wrong.
See, I tried to do the whole reverse jinx thing there, you know.
Is that what that was?
She's going to miss the second one.
Okay. I'll buy that one this time, Tim.
Coming out for the Maniacs is Kaylin Johnson. I didn't see who checked in for her. Might have been Clara Peterson. They bounce past to Peterson at the top, and Madison Cordell reaches in there and ties up the ball.
St. Mary's possession.
That's the second held ball by Madison Cordell. St. Mary's gets the ball. Lumberjacks will inbound from in front of the Lumberjack fan side. Madison Cordell brings it down. Down to the wing. Now to the corner. Devin Wilson inside
Good
to
ball
Auer.
movement.
Great ball
my
movement.
Goodness.
That is the third assist by Devin Wilson. Lumberjacks 28-4 over the Maniacs. 4:57 in the second period. Maniacs on offense, still trying to get their first shot from the floor to go
Went to
in.
the key again, and they lost the ball.
And the ball is loose, and Casey Haig ties it up this time.
Possession to Orfino.
So 4:47 to go, and it's been a rough go for the Maniacs so far. Lumberjacks have been smothering them defensively. High pass. Turnover again on the Maniacs. Devin Wilson takes it, kicks it to Cordell. Cordell up and good.
Very good ball movement.
Fourth assist for Devin Wilson. 4 points for Cordell. 4:36, 30-4 is the score now. Maniacs again trying to penetrate that Lumberjack defense as they're all coming up and playing way out and really trying to.
Another steal by Auer.
And down the other way, shot by Haig was no good. The putback
Rebound
by
Auer.
And we're going to get a timeout taken by the Maniacs once again.
Auer scored that.
And I'm not sure how long of it's a 30-second timeout, so we'll just go ahead and keep it right here.
Tim, it's the defense. It's making everything happen today for St. Mary's. And when you're passing the ball like you are, you're going to shoot well because they're just nice little layups most of the day.
St. Mary's shooting 50% from the floor so far in this one, 66% from three-point range, and they haven't missed from the free throw line today.
And I can tell you right now, Orfino's shooting 0 from the floor right now.
Yeah, you're right.
How about that? Didn't even have to look at the chart.
66% from the free throw line, though.
4 of 6.
They're 0-5 from the floor and 0 for 3 from three-point range. Unless I missed one or two on the tablet. Working the other way. as the Maniacs are trying to find a shot, but the Lumberjack defense not letting them. They drive from the right side, bounce pass into the low post, and now is into Anderson. And the ball goes, what was it, out of bounds?
It went off one of Orfino's, and again, it's the defense.
Yeah. It's 15 turnovers in the first half for the Maniacs. Lumberjacks working back on offense, being patient to Auer at the high post. Auer tried to pass it out. It gets tipped back. They almost lose it, but they do regroup. Auer puts up like she's going to make the shot. Doesn't. Drives in. She misses her shot, and Casey Haig cleans it up with the offensive board and the putback. Haig with 6 points in the game. Maniacs back on offense. Was Sperano now down to the corner, and they lose the dribble and sitting there trying not to roll around too much. Another turnover on the Maniacs, and it's going to be Haig the other way. She can't get the shot to go, and it was Auer with the cleanup attempt. She's going to get fouled. The shot doesn't fall in. 2 offensive rebounds for Kaylee Auer. Kaylee goes to the free throw line, shooting 44% from the charity stripe. That one looked off when she shot it. It was no good. It just hit off the side of the iron on the right side. Bechtel checks in for Casey Haig.
That foul was on for.
Yeah, they haven't gotten it up there on the board yet. Next free throw, no good on that one either. And Bechtel had his shot to try to grab the rebound.
It's going to control the ball, so it's just
goes out of bounds, and
it's a rebound for them.
Yeah. Maniacs bringing it down. Never did figure out who that foul was against. Maniacs trying to feed it inside. They do get it down inside, but being swarmed on is Kaylin Johnson, and McKenna Borgman ties it up for a held ball. Lumberjacks get the possession. 34-4. I don't think the Maniacs even would have thought it would have been this lopsided, though. The Wilson on the wing on the left side for St. Mary's. Now to Auer. Auer being guarded closely by the Maniacs. That's Johnson now to the corner to Cordell. Bounce pass cross court to Wilson. Wilson tries to feed it inside to Bechtel, but they're going to get a foul before the feed, and that foul goes against number 20. For Orfino.
And then the other foul had been on number 2 earlier. I finally put that up there.
So St. Mary's will inbound from underneath. 5 fouls for the Maniacs. Inbound to Auer. Auer drives. Nice shot up off the glass.
No one can stop that right now, the height.
10 points for Auer. Lumberjacks back on defense. Bridget Hill back to the top of the key now to Sperano. Sperano to the right wing. Now back to the top. About halfway between the timeline and the point of the top of the key is Sperano. She's trying to make some room and can't get any. Now it's down to the wing here on the near side. Now back to Sperano. Lumberjack defense is just not giving anything inside. Shot is up and no good by number 11. That's Clara Peterson. It misses everything, goes out of bounds. 0 for 6 from the floor is the Maniacs. Lumberjacks coming back down the floor. They leave Devin Wilson wide open for 3. It's just hard off the iron, no good. Rebound to Orfino. 1:37 to go in the half. 36-4 the score. St. Mary's up. It is Sperano controlling it for Orfino. She swings it to the right side, the Hill, now to the corner. They finally get a nice look underneath, and they still can't get the shot to go. Again, that was Peterson. I believe it was Auer on the rebound. St. Mary's feeding it down quickly. Nice ball movement again, and I'm surprised there wasn't a foul on when the rebound came back down. Bechtel had a shot up and an offensive board and another put up, and then Kaylee Auer got the offensive board. St. Mary's resets again. All the way around the horn they go. Borgman looking for room, kicks it to Cordell. Cordell steps in, jump shot up and good by Cordell. 38-4, St. Mary's up as the first half's getting ready to come to a close. Just over 30 seconds left. And a bad pass, kind of lazy by the Maniacs, a turnover, and Cordell is going to take it all the way up and in. 8 points for Cordell. This is that time where you've got to focus as if you're the Maniacs and not give up and be having lazy passes.
Well, hopefully a pep talk at the half will give them a little motivation.
Nice shot put up by Heel. It was a good-looking shot, but it didn't go in. Fight for the loose ball is tapped out of bounds by St. Mary's. They've had a couple of good looks. I mean, they haven't had a lot of good clean ones, but the ones they have, they haven't been able to convert on them either. Another shot that wasn't too bad.
Really contested, though, most all the time.
Yeah. Cordell got the rebound. St. Mary's back the other way. I didn't see who took that shot. It might have been Bechtel. Ball goes out of bounds off of St. Mary's. 1.4 seconds left in the half. Can't believe they make a substitution with 1 second to go, but the Maniacs do. It is Mackenzie Anderson checking in, and a bad pass. And
stolen by Cordell.
Cordell just drove on it and stole it out of the air as the first half comes to an end. St. Mary's up 40-4. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Here are some simple instructions on how to get a tax pro to prepare and file your 1040EZ completely free. Go to an H&R Block office and say, I'd like you to prepare and file my 1040EZ for free. Or make an appointment at hrblock.com. That's it. No more instructions needed. Pro Tax Prep for free. Get your taxes won.
Return must be filed January 5th, 2018 to February 28th, 2018 at participating offices. Additional fees apply for EITC and other additional forms for state and local returns and if you select other products and services. OPTP number B13696.
Unleash your colors today with a School Spirit debit card from P1FCU. Our cards are back and better than ever with a bright design that will make you proud to represent your school. P1FCU has joined the Mascot Madness, and you can too, no matter who you cheer for. Stop by to sign up for your new exclusive School Spirit Debit MasterCard or visit us online at p1fcu.org for more information. There is no us without you at P1FCU, federally insured by NCUA.
Carissa's Clubhouse in St. Mary's is a proud Lumberjack supporter. If you're looking for a fun, friendly daycare and preschool for your little one, call Carissa's Clubhouse at 208-582-1431. Children from 6 weeks old and up are welcome to come and play at Carissa's Clubhouse in St. Mary's. Carissa's Clubhouse offers full-time, part-time, and even drop-ins. So if you need a fun, safe, and friendly daycare or preschool for your little one, call Carissa's Clubhouse at 208-582-1431. That's 582-1431. Carissa's Clubhouse in St. Mary's.
At Les Schwab Tires, we're drivers just like you. We merge, we get stuck in traffic, we go on road trips, and we know what it means to truly rely on your car, which is why we do everything we can to make things right with you and your vehicle. From checking your brakes for free to patching up a flat when you need it. So if that sounds good to you, well, we're right there with you. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? Call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing proudly sponsors this Lumberjack Sports broadcast.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack Sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
Tired of the same old...
And we are back. It's halftime here as the Lumberjack girls varsity are in firm control of this one against the Orofino Maniacs, 40-4. And I know there's not a whole lot of numbers that you have over there, Clark, but what does the scoring look like for Orofino?
Well,
who's their leading scorer?
Well, it looks like with 3 points, 2 points, 2 for 3 is Haley Brett. She also has 3 fouls, though. And then Nicole Sperano has 1 point, and Cooper Thomas has 1 point, 1 for 2 at the line, and Kaylin Johnson 1 point at this point. So anyway, they're shooting, like you said, about 66%, maybe about 70 now on the free throw line, and they're 0 for whatever.
Yeah.
Out on the field goal. They've shot 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. This defense is stifling. They've only gotten off about 10 or 11 shots.
Yeah, I have them 0 for 9 from 2-point range and 0 for 12 from the floor in general. So they do have 10 rebounds in the first half. They turned the ball over 18 times, and a lot of that is just due to that Lumberjack defense that is just being suffocating.
Well, you're not going to get a lot of shots with 18 turnovers as well.
St. Mary's outscored Orofino 24-2 in the first period and 16-2 in the second period. So Orofino's consistent. Lumberjacks, they were 17 of 34 from the floor. They were shooting 50%. They were 15 of 30 from 2-point range, which is 50%. They were 2 of 4 from 3-point range, which is 50%.
Timmy, hearing that, 34 shots.
Yeah.
They've made more shots than what Orofino's put up.
took.
It just tells you right now how dominant of a performance this is right now.
Yeah. And Lumberjacks were 4 of 6 for 67% basically from the free throw line. 17 rebounds, 8 assists, 8 steals, 4 turnovers, and they committed 8 fouls in the first half. They tied the ball up 4 times for held balls. Scoring-wise, it's Kaylee Auer leading with 10. Madison Cordell has 8. Casey Haig has 6. Paige Sines has 5. Devin Wilson also has 5. Nancy Bechtel with 4. And McKenna Borgman has 2. Rebounding, Kaylee Auer has 7. 3 for Devin Wilson, 3 for Bechtel, 1 for Hill, 2 for Cordell, 1 for Haig. And assists, Devin Wilson is leading with assists with 4 assists in the first half.
Well, Tim, you do not have to worry about complacency for this team today.
Nope. St. Mary's averaging they're averaging 1 point per shot. So for every shot they're taking, they're at least getting 1 point.
They're doing what they need to do. They didn't give any hope to them today.
Nope. And we are just a few minutes away from the second half. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back with the second half.
Old thing for dinner? Want something different without having to clean up afterwards? Stop by Cabin City Q Smokehouse in St. Mary's for some of the best barbecue around. Cabin City Q has the biggest, tastiest hamburgers around, as well as smoked chicken, brisket, ribs, and prime rib on Fridays. Cabin City Q also has a terrific salad bar. Cabin City Q also serves breakfast. That's Cabin City Q, located at 2242 West Idaho Avenue in St. Mary's. Give them a call at 208-245-0785 or stop by today. That's Cabin City Q Smokehouse in St. Mary's.
Your good neighbor, Jack's Pharmacy, wants you to know that if you have need for durable medical supplies, Jack's has them in stock. Walkers, wheelchairs, lift chairs, hospital beds, and more. All items are for sale, and everything but the lift chair can be rented. So you see, Jack's Pharmacy is your full-service good neighbor pharmacy. From gifts to prescriptions to durable medical supplies, Jack's Pharmacy is your good neighbor pharmacy. So stop by and see Chad or any of the fine folks at Jack's Pharmacy and let them help you. Jack's Pharmacy in St. Mary's.
Jack Buell Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses. And most importantly, people. Jack Buell Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips, they're an entire community. Jack Buell Trucking. Wanted, the St. Mary's Booster Club is wanting new members to continue to help support our sports programs. Do you know that the Booster Club spends approximately $20,000 a year investing in our high school athletes, coaches, and sports facilities? All monies are raised through memberships, barbecues, and the Hall of Fame banquet and auction. All monies raised this year will be used in the 2017-2018 school year booster budget. To become a member or for more information, call Lynn Masterson at 568-1802. That's 568-1802, and go Lumberjacks!
Mountain Plating is a premier hard chrome plating facility, and it is located right here in St. Mary's. Mountain Plating was established in 1997 as one of the first hard chrome plating facilities in Idaho, and it services a wide variety of industries nationwide. These industries include manufacturing, food processing, agriculture, mining, environmental, and the timber industries. Mountain Plating is committed to providing the highest quality chrome plating and customer service in the industry, and is locally owned and operated by Donnie Masterson. Give him a call today at 208-245-7104. Go Lumberjacks!
Looking for a new-to-you rig? You're in luck.
And we are.
Uh-oh.
Is that a steal?
Yep.
By who, Devin?
Yep. Okay, leave me untouched.
And we are back. The second half started with the Maniacs with the first possession. Devin Wilson quickly got a steal and took it the other way. And then
another steal and then another turnover.
Yeah, another steal and a turnover. Now a three ball put up by Orofino is no good. And McKenna Borgman chases down the rebound. Lumberjacks coming back down the floor. I think it was St. Mary's did put up a three-pointer in that last possession they had
that was
down
Devin.
McKenna into Hour, little handoff to Devin. Devin can't get the shot to go. Offensive board to Haig, and Haig misses the shot, but she will step to the free throw line.
And that's Brett's fourth.
So Haley Brett's in danger of fouling out here today. Casey Haig makes her third free throw of the game. She's 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. Seven points for Casey Haig now. Next shot on the way. That one is going to go in and out. Rebound goes to Orofino. Maniacs back the other way. It's being held at the top of the key by Sperano. And now in for a free throw shot from the free throw line by Clara Peterson.
Field goal.
And it's up and good. 41-6 is the score. St. Mary's up on the Maniacs. Madison Cordell setting up the Lumberjack offense. She swings it to Wilson here on the near side. Now back to a cutting Hour. Hour drives in. Shot is up and good. Kaylee Hour with 12 points on the game, as it is Sperano taking it down the floor for Orofino. Back to top to Sperano, around the horn now, and back to Sperano. Sperano triggers the three, kind of a quick shot, no good. Devin Wilson grabs the rebound. Wilson's second rebound on the defensive side. She also has 2 offensive boards. Lumberjacks feed it inside. Nice feed by Cordell into the paint to Haig, and Haig puts it up and good. Haig with 9 points. Maniacs back down on the far side. Bounce pass in. Little stutter step. A block shot by Kaylee Hour. And Kaylee Hour gets the ball. Lumberjacks back down on the fence. And a nice move by Borgman drives, no good on the shot, as it was Haig getting the rebound. She tries for the putback. It is no good, but she is fouled pretty handily. She had 3 Maniacs on her when she was fouled.
I think they gave that to Hill.
First one for Haig is in and out. Signs and Hill come in for St. Mary's. Wilson and Borgman sit down. Haig's second shot on the way. That one is not going to fall in either. The ball is tipped around, finally picked up by the Maniacs. And Haig had made all of them up until her last 4. She's missed the last 4 free throws she's attempted. And this time they're trying to work underneath
Same story.
Bridget Hill, and she loses the ball out of bounds. Casey Haig's going to get a breather. I believe Nancy Bechtel checked in for her. And it's Cordell bringing it down the floor for the Jacks. Over to the wing to Hill, now into Bechtel. Bechtel back to Auer. Auer shot is up, no good. Bechtel rebound, can't get the shot to go either. And finally the rebound to Orofino. Sperano brings it across the timeline. She's guarded by Cordell. She's going to take it down the left or the right side, and she's going to get stuffed by Bechtel. And then Bechtel takes it away from her on the second attempt after they got their offensive board. Back the other way, nice little move. Oh, she traveled just a little bit. That is Kaylee Auer. Nice little head fake. She got Orofino to bite big time, the defender, but she dragged her foot before she started in. She should have started dribbling first. So the Maniacs have the ball back. It is Sperano, guarded by Cordell. Slowing things down this time. Now their Lumberjacks are in a man defense again, it looks like. I don't think they've really ever come out of that man.
They're actually more in the zone now that they're up by what they are. They'll bring a second man out on occasion.
And they all kind of shift with the play with where the ball's at.
Well, they are playing man again.
Oh, ball gets tipped out by Kaylee Auer. It's a steal for Kaylee. Turnover Maniacs. And Lauren Hill was driving in, loses the handle just a little bit, and Orofino comes away with
foul.
it.
That'll be a foul on Hill.
Oh, there was a foul against St. Mary's afterwards, huh? Yes, it was. That is her second foul. Team's first of the half. 2 fouls for the Maniacs. Jenna Holder going to check in for St. Mary's. And it is Sperano controlling it. She kicks it to the wing to Hill. And they try to go inside.
Nice try, but got her with the body.
Yep. Nancy Bechtel,
foul.
Her second foul. Bechtel has 4 points and 4 rebounds. She also has 3 steals that she's come up with.
Very solid today. Very solid.
Lauren Hill comes out. Jenna Holder goes in. 3:22 to go in the third period. They kick it out to the short corner. Shot is on the way and good by the Maniacs. That was Johnson, I do believe, 33.
I think it was Thomas.
Cooper Thomas.
Yep.
Lumberjacks back on offense. They get it to Paige Signs. Signs is short on the three-pointer, but the rebound to Cordell. They get it inside to Bechtel, and Bechtel puts it up and good. Maniacs back on offense. Maniacs want to get that double-digit barrier broken. Shot up and on the way. 3-ball, it's short. Actually, it wasn't short, it was just off the mark. Rebound went to St. Mary's. I think that was Kaylee Auer with the rebound. Cordell has it on the right. Signs, kicks it back out to Cordell, around the horn to Holder. Holder gets a wide open look. It's no good. Paige Signs on the rebound. Lumberjacks reset.
Holder with a miss, and then we got Auer with a rebound and Bechtel with a miss.
Oh, I missed a whole bunch of those. Auer with another offensive board. Not worried about the misses so much sometimes, even though it does affect what their percentages look like. We've got Sperano again controlling it down for Orfino. She brings it up to the top, guarded against Cordell. She's going to kick it down to the wing to number 3. That's Anderson. Anderson comes up to the top, about the free throw line, and tries to bounce it inside. Kaylee Auer takes it away.
Auer is what she did.
Yeah. Auer to Cordell. Cordell shot is up and no good. Ball is loose, and Auer comes away with the rebound. Lumberjacks reset. And the ball is tied up, and finally a whistle blown.
St. Mary's ball.
Bodies all over the floor. Second held ball by Orfino. Possession stays with the Jacks. Nancy Bechtel thought it was Orfino ball. She was headed the other way. Cordell's going to come out. McKenna Borgman checks in. Waiting for the feed from underneath. Comes into Auer. Auer just didn't even leave her feet. Just put it right up and in. Coming back the other way now, it is Haley Bretz for the Maniacs. She takes it to the near side, down the wing, and loses the handle. Turnover on the Maniacs. Auer's going to bring it down herself. She's going to take it to the hoop and draw the foul. That one goes against number 10, I believe, Bridget Hill.
It's her second.
I was wondering which way that was going to go.
I said it's her first.
That puts Kaylee Howard to the free throw line. She's 0 for 2 in the game. And that one's in and out. A couple of the normal solid free throw shooters having a little bit of trouble here this afternoon. That one looks bad off the back of the iron.
Nice.
And the Orfino Maniacs are going to tip the rebound out of bounds. St. Mary's will keep the possession as Borgman triggers it in to Auer. Auer tries to feed it inside to Bechtel, and it's a turnover, St. Mary's. Back the other way is Brett. She's taking it down. She feeds over the top to Johnson. Johnson's shot is up, no good. And surprised there wasn't a foul there as Bechtel was in there for the rebound, and she got bodied out of the way. Another shot was put up, and Jenna Holder ended up with the rebound finally.
Stepped on the line, apparently.
Stepped on the in line down there. Baseline, and gives the ball back to Orfino. Orfino kicks it into the top, now to the wing. Three-pointer on the way, and that one is good. That was number 1. That's Haley Bretz for 3. 49-11 the score as the third period is coming to a close. Holder has the ball at the top, now down into Auer. Auer she was going to try to take a shot. She got it stripped away from her. Bechtel ends up with it, and Bechtel put up a shot. It was partially tipped and knocked way up in the air, rebounded by the Maniacs. Lumberjacks getting a little bit sloppy inside right now. Going back the other way.
Change up her dribble.
Yep, that creates a travel by Bretz. 25 turnovers for the Maniacs, or 24. St. Mary's, I said they needed to cut their turnovers down. They only have 9 so far. Now back to Holder. Holder steps in just inside. Shot is up. It's no good. And the rebound goes to the Maniacs. Shot at the buzzer is nowhere near the basket. 49-11 is the score as the third period comes to an end. St. Mary's up. We'll be back in 1 minute.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oakes of Premier Financial Services to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and insurance products from Premier Financial Services are offered through Linsco Private Ledger Financial and its affiliates, and they are a member of FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oakes a call at Premier Financial Services today. The
guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
Clock is not going to stop.
And we are back. And the fourth period starts. Inbound pass. And I'm not exactly sure what that was about, but an nice open look for Haley Bretz for the Maniacs. 49-13 the score. St. Mary's is up. And a pass into Wilson. Now back out to Holder. Holder on the top. Swings it down to the corner to Hill. Hill brings it near the wing and tries to feed it over the top to Wilson. A little bit high. She can't get it. Turnover on Hill. Wild shot the other way, kind of by the Maniacs. It's no good, and it's Haig with the rebound. Haig brings it down the floor. That's her first defensive board. Jenna Holder has it. She kicks it to Hill. Hill for a long two, no good. Haig almost had the rebound, but finally the Maniacs get it. They bring it down the floor. It is Haley Bretz to the wing. She kicks it out to Sperano. Now around the horn. Three ball on the way by Thomas. No good. Offensive rebound for the Maniacs, and a foul called down underneath. That was Kaja Kitchen with the rebound. And a foul called on Casey Haig. Her third. Team's third. Inbound pass comes all the way to the top. That is to Bridget Hill for Orofino. Now it's around to the top of the key to Sperano. Don't forget, Lumberjack boys basketball following this one. And we'll have it here on KOFE as well. Down into the corner are the Maniacs. Back to Hill. Hill brings it towards the wing and now finally finds an outlet in Bretz. Bretz up to the top. Now it's into the hands of Sperano. Maniacs slowing things down. Now they drive. Shot is up and off the glass and good.
That was Sperano.
49-15 in the game. St. Mary's up. Lumberjacks down the far side of the floor. Jenna Holder controls it on the wing, brings it up to the top. Now down to Signs. Signs tries to feed it into Wilson. It's deflected out of bounds by Haley Bretz for the Maniacs. St. Mary's will inbound from underneath. Signs into Wilson. Wilson right back to Signs. Signs puts it up and good. Devin Wilson now with 5 assists. Paige Signs, that's her seventh point of the game. Now the Maniacs back on offense. They feed it over the top to Sperano. Sperano quickly surrounded by Lumberjack Timber, and they kick it back out to the top. Still can't find anywhere open to go. Trying to spin with it. Down in the paint is Kitchen, and she loses it. They say it stays with the Maniacs, though. Lumberjacks last to touch it. Into the game for St. Mary's is number 23. I don't have a 23 on my roster. I think it said 23. Yes, it is. I'm not sure who number 23 is. Shot up by the Maniacs. No good. Rebound to Hill. Feeds it to Holder. Holder, shot is up and good. But did they call that
basket offensive foul?
They called a charge on Jenna Holder. The shot went in. So Jenna.
That's a tough call to make.
Jenna's been trying. She's 0 for 2 from the floor, and she hasn't been able to get one to fall in. She did finally and got the offensive foul charge called against her. Bretz brings it down for the Maniacs. Down into the corner now. It's, I believe that is Anderson. Anderson steps in, kicks it back out. Nowhere open to go with the ball. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Devin Wilson on the rebound. And St. Mary's controls it. Under 4 to go in the contest. Down to the wing. Back out to Holder. Now to Hill. Hill from the elbow. That shot is no good. Haig on the putback. It is good. Casey Haig with 3 offensive rebounds, 11 points. Total of 5 rebounds for Haig. Bretz tries to drive into the free throw line, can't get anywhere to go with it, kicks it out, three-pointer on the way. Devin Wilson on the rebound after the miss, and they find Haig down here. She misses the bunny from underneath and then takes a hard shot. and she is fouled, and I think she was fouled trying for a putback, so she's going to step to the free throw line.
She is.
She must have hit her face a little bit because one of her teammates was looking at her. Nope, it was a foul, but it's not the free throw line. Okay. Haig's going to come out so she can take a quick breather after
Get
that
those
hard.
webs knocked out of her.
They get it out to Holder. Holder takes a shot, no good. Rebound to Wilson. Wilson couldn't finish the shot either. And then there's a foul called as number 23 got the offensive board.
I think Cooper Thomas is going to be called with a foul on that.
I'm not sure who number 23 is for St. Mary's. She might be on the JV roster. Let's see. There's Mackenzie Hammond is 23 on the JV roster. I think that's who that is. She missed the first free throw?
Yes, she did.
So if I'm going to say that's Hammond, she puts the next one up. It's in and out. Rebound to the Maniacs. Maniacs bringing it down the floor, almost under 2 minutes to go. Up to the top to to Sperano, actually. And Sperano guarded by Holder. She drives, shot is up. It's short, no good. They do get the offensive board. The putback was good.
Who scored it?
And that was, I believe, number 10, Bridget Hill.
Okay.
Lumberjacks bring it down the floor quickly, feed it to Cordell. Cordell steps inside the wing, shot is up, it won't go. Hammond ends up with the rebound. And then the Maniacs rip it away and take it the other way. Shot up by Orfino, no good. Jenna Holder with the rebound. Now St. Mary's quickly back down the floor. It's Devin Wilson, little head fake, steps to the side, shot is up, no good, it's out of bounds.
Go to St. Orfino.
A little bit of a dry spell here for St. Mary's. I don't know when the last time was they made a shot.
When you're up by 40 points, it doesn't.
Well, yeah, true. 53 to 15 with just about a minute left in the game.
And the clock, like I said, is going to continuously run.
So Orfino brings it back down the floor. Sperano has it. Now it's down into the corner to Hill. Hill to the top, kicks it down to the high post, and she feeds it out to Bretz. Bretz feeds it across to the other side of the key. Shots up, no good. Offensive board, putback was no good. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch, St. Mary's. 30 seconds. Inbound pass to the corner. Three-pointer on the way. It's short. And they're going to get a foul against St. Mary's. I think it's going to go against Madison Cordell. And it does. That's actually her first foul of the game. Lumberjacks on defense still. Maniacs inbound. Oh, lots of contact, no whistle. Ball up to the top. Shot up from underneath, no good by number 24. And the Lumberjacks end up with the rebound. That's Lauren Hill, and the clock will run out of time. And that'll be how this game ends. St. Mary's 53, the Maniacs 17. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back with a quick look at
the new year is here, and that means new goals and broken resolutions. It also means red-hot buys at Hughes Ace Hardware in St. Mary's. Time to replace some light bulbs? Buy one, get one free Ace LED bulb 4-packs or floodlight 2-packs. Ace brand wild bird food is on sale as well. Buy one 20-pound bag and get a bag of premium Songbird bird food for free. It's also time to take down and store those holiday decorations. And Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to go for all of your storage needs, from totes to shelves. It's all at Hughes Ace Hardware in St. Mary's.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the Hot Deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benoit, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work, M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and Lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
And we are
During these
back
cold days of
here as the Lumberjacks boys have come out to warm up. Lumberjack girls just finished up their game with a commanding victory over the Orofino Maniacs. The Maniacs just 17% from the floor, 21% from two-point range, 9% from three-point range, 66% from the free throw line. The Maniacs did finish with 22 rebounds and 24 turnovers. For the Lumberjacks, they shot 41% from the floor, 41% from two-point range, 40% from three-point range, and they struggled later in the free throw line, just 35% from the charity stripe. The Lumberjacks had 37 total rebounds with 11 assists, 3 steals, 13 steals. They turned the ball over just 10 times and committed 13 fouls. Individually, Kaylee Auer finishes with 14 points and 10 rebounds, a double-double for her. Jenna Holder had no points but 2 rebounds. Devin Wilson had 5 points with 7 rebounds. Nancy Bechtel, 6 points with 4 rebounds. And let's see, Madison Cordell, 8 points, 3 rebounds. Casey Haig, 11 points, 5 rebounds. McKenna Borgman with 2 points and 1 rebound. Paige Signs with 7 points and no rebounds. We're going to go ahead and if you're watching on the YouTube stream, I'm going to stop the stream here from the girls game, and then we'll start a new one up for the boys game almost right away. So just keep an eye on that and transfer over to the new feed for the boys game if you're watching it on the video stream on YouTube. If you're not watching it there and you're listening to it here on KOFE, we're going to take a 3-minute break and we'll come back with our pregame for the boys.